Caden Smith is a 16-year-old murderer. Today I'm looking at the story out of Indianapolis, Indiana. In October of 2021, 3 victims were found in a wooded area by an off-duty police officer who was working a security job. All 3 victims had been shot to death.
3 people found dead on Indy's south side. That death investigation has now been ruled a triple homicide. The victims were all found in a wooded area near Meridian and I-465.
Mike James leaves behind 2 children, and he was only 22 years old. Ryan Gill, the stepfather of Mike James, was quoted as saying, "They worried about James when he didn't return calls or messages hours earlier." All 3 victims were going to meet Caden Smith to look at or purchase a gun. The killings took place over the course of 2 nights. In December of 2021, Caden Smith was arrested and charged with murder and a slew of other charges. It was then announced Smith would be charged as an adult. Police said Smith became a suspect through his communications with the victims prior to the murders. The prosecutor's office executed a search warrant during which investigators found what is believed to be the murder weapon. Smith was facing the following charges: felony murder, 3 counts; felony robbery resulting in serious bodily injury, 3 counts; felony dangerous possession of a machine gun; misdemeanor dangerous possession of a firearm; felony possession of methamphetamine; misdemeanor resisting law enforcement; misdemeanor possession of marijuana. Fast forward 1 year to October of 2022, while Caden Smith was supposed to be in a Marion Supreme Court Monday morning for his trial, he's instead headed home with a GPS device on his ankle.
Teenager charged with killing 3 people found near Southern Plaza a year ago is on electronic monitoring tonight at home. A judge ordered Caden Smith to be released on bond, and it comes as the state appeals the court's order to exclude certain crucial evidence from his murder trial. As CBS 4's Russ McQuaid shows us, that ruling has left the victims' families frustrated in their quest for justice.
The teenager's lawyer was successful in getting the judge to toss out the search warrant that yielded the evidence that tied him to the murders of all 3 victims. Homicide detectives said they found bullet fragments in the bodies of Thomas and Mubarak that matched a gun found in Smith's house. A cell phone and drugs were tossed out as evidence, as the lawyer argued it was an invalid search because police could not have known they would find the murder weapon in Smith's house.
He did not violate his pretrial release conditions. He did not kill anyone. He has not had and did not have any guns, has not had and did not have any marijuana.
The judge agreed with the lawyer shockingly and let Smith go home with only the monitor on his ankle. James' mother, who was a former Chicago police officer, said, "It looks like IMPD, they did their job and they did it actually in a timely manner. We're here today as we're confused as to why the evidence is being suppressed." The Indiana Attorney General is in the process of drafting an appeal to the Indiana Court of Appeals, arguing that the officers had probable cause from credible witnesses that Smith had guns. Evelyn Nilsson said that Thomas told her he said he was going to go out and hang out with his friend Caden. "That's what he told me. Joseph was a friend of mine. Joseph had no idea that his friend would turn around and do this to him." Police also found on Smith's web searches homicide lawyer cost and does freezing a gun remove DNA. Freedom didn't last long for Caden Smith. On his 18th birthday, he decided to celebrate with a female friend in her brother's house.
But last Wednesday morning, while celebrating his 18th birthday at a friend's house, Smith was arrested.
Where Indiana police detectives served a search warrant and claimed they found marijuana, ammunition, and 4 guns. Smith was out on bond at this time, wearing a GPS monitor on his ankle, after his lawyer convinced a judge the search warrant linking him to the murder weapon was deficient. This made it to where a higher court would need to rule. Caden Smith is back in the detention center facing new charges, dealing with marijuana, visiting a common nuisance, invasion of privacy, and violating his pre-trial release conditions. The lawyer is still trying to get Caden off, saying the police department has a vendetta against his client. "It's trumped up. They want him back in jail," said David Hennessy. "I think they're a little bitter. They messed up their own case." The mother of Michael James Jr. said he is definitely someone who should remain in Marion County Jail. I will keep an eye out for updates on this case. Please keep an eye on the channel and please subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. I really hope these families get some sort of closure in this. What do you guys think about this story? And let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.